Category 3 hurricane storm surge can reach up to 19-foot high. This kind of storm surge can cause extensive flooding and destruction. The high winds associated with Category 3 hurricane can lead to dangerous waves on the coast and put coastal communities at risk. This type of storm surge is capable of overturning cars and flattening buildings. In addition, Category 3 storm surge can cause trees to snap and debris to be thrown for miles. Residents in the path of a Category 3 hurricane storm surge should be aware and take appropriate safety measures. This includes staying indoors and away from windows and doors, as well as making preparations for evacuation, if necessary. People living along the coast should move their vehicles to higher ground and secure all loose items in their yard. Residents in areas affected by Category 3 hurricane storm surge should also make sure they have access to fresh drinking water in case of flooding. It is important to have an emergency plan in place and to follow these plans if necessary. Property owners should also consider purchasing flood insurance to protect their belongings from the potential destruction caused by Category 3 hurricane storm surge. Category 3 hurricane storm surges can also affect navigable waterways, making them unsafe for sailing and other recreational activities. It is important to be aware of any surge-related warnings given in the area and to avoid these areas until the threat of storm surge has passed. High winds associated with Category 3 hurricane storm surges can create strong waves and rip currents, both of which can be deadly. Also, debris such as trees, power lines, and other objects can be thrown in the surf and cause danger to beachgoers. Category 3 hurricane storm surges can also cause significant coastal erosion and beach loss. The large waves associated with storm surge erode beaches and cause changes to shorelines. This type of storm surge can also lead to the displacement of large amounts of sediment, which can affect the local ecosystem. In addition, Category 3 hurricane storm surge can cause significant flooding and damage to coastal roads, buildings, and other infrastructure. The destruction can even put coastal communities out of business if not properly dealt with. When entering areas affected by a Category 3 storm surge, always be prepared for high winds, storm surge, and flooding. Residents in areas prone to hurricane storm surges should make sure they know the best evacuation route and be prepared for the worst. It is important to have access to fresh water as well as to have an emergency evacuation plan in place. When embarking on a recreational activity, make sure to check for storm surge-related warnings. Also be aware of rip currents, high waves, and other destructive surges. Be cautious when navigating waterways and sailing, as Category 3 storm surge can also affect them. As for protecting property from destruction, acquiring adequate insurance is always a good idea.